Hello there, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Thank you to those who watched my previous video, which was the specific MASH focused video. Had lots of watches, which was great, so hope people enjoyed it. This is going back to the regular updates, so this will be the kind of, I tend to do 10 at a time of my most recent autographs in the collection. So this is going to be the next update for that. So let's crack on. It's a little bit different to some of the others because I've purchased quite a lot of stuff for this particular video and probably the next one as well. But hopefully find it interesting all the same. So the first update is the one you can see on the screen here, and this is a signed picture from Ruud van Nistelrooy, who is a former Manchester United player and also was our interim manager for a couple of games. I think it was sort of 3 games at the start of this season. I've tried getting in touch with Ruud before, and I've had preprints, but I actually contacted him via Leicester Football Club, where he's the current manager. They unfortunately got relegated at the end of the season. I don't think there was much he could have done about it, to be honest. And I got this back. So it is him in a Leicester kit. I've blanked out the Leicester badges in it. I didn't want those. But it is, as you can see, it's sort of hand signed here. So this is brand new to the collection, a signed picture from Ruud van Nistelrooy, absolute club legend, and really pleased to add this to the collection. Next up was another book purchase. Really pleased to add this one. Again, somebody I do not have in the collection. This was a charity shop purchase. Cost a little bit more than some of my usual additions to the collection, but not anything majorly. And this is a signed book from actress and supermodel Cindy Crawford. It's her book Becoming. As I say, I think I paid a little bit more than usual. I think it was less than £10, put it that way. It wasn't anything substantial by any stretch of the imagination, which is great. This is the front cover, and you can see inside it has been personalised, but it says to Becky something. Love, Cindy Crawford. Really big signature right away across the page. Really happy to add this brand new addition to the collection. Former actress and supermodel, and she probably still does some of both, Cindy Crawford. So very cool. Alright, so next up, this is what I was talking about. So I made a number of purchases over the last couple of months from a private or personal collection. So a little bit of backstory. This is the collection of a former comedian, juggler, clown, actor, Jerry Richards. He donated his entire collection, I'm assuming he passed away, donated his entire collection to the Music Hall Guild, and they were selling certain items. So I made some purchases from them, and you'll see some of those here. But I struck up a bit of a friendship with the people that worked there, and it's absolutely incredible. They have been sending me packages of free autographs since. I mean, I've got like probably 40 odd autographs that I haven't even looked through yet. I haven't had a chance to properly look through and sort. So I really need to do some sorting, but certainly the first few on here were purchases, ones I wanted. This is the first one. This was a bit of a mistake purchase, if I'm honest. Not a mistake in the sense that it's not a nice autograph to add to the collection, certainly not. But a mistake in the sense that I bought this because I thought Donald Sinden, the actor who's in this picture, for some reason I thought he was in Carry On. He never was. Google told me he was. Misinformed me that he was a Carry On actor. He's not. But he, or not that I can tell anyway, but he was in lots. He's been in loads of stuff, probably most famously Never the Twain, but Day of the Jackal, that sort of stuff. So this was the first one I purchased. Again, these were all minimal sorts of amounts, you know, a couple of pounds here and a couple of pounds there. Nothing bank breaking by any stretch of the imagination. So anyway, a little bit of a mistake purchase, but you know, unfortunately, pretty much all these people I've purchased are all deceased now. So the only way to get them is by purchases. They are all pretty much all dedicated, but again, those who watch my videos know that doesn't bother me. I'm quite happy with dedicated autographs. So that's Donald Sinden. Next up, this is a new autograph to the Carry On collection. This is Dora Bryan. I believe Dora passed away very recently. I think only in the last year or two. She's probably best known for the film A Taste of Honey, which I studied as part of my film degree many moons ago. But she was also in Carry On Sergeant, which is the very first Carry On film with William Hartnell in it. And there were a couple of these Dora Bryan ones online, but they were selling as part of this package. But this is the one I like the most. It is dedicated again, doesn't bother me in the slightest. Really not interested. Really happy to add this new addition to the Carry On part of the collection. Next up, again, somebody that I've wished I've always had an autograph from, never had one. I'm really happy to add this to the collection. This is a signed postcard from British comedy legend Sir Norman Wisdom. I mean, he's been in too much stuff to even reel off, but I'm sure everybody knows who Norman Wisdom was or is. And this is a postcard, a Norman Wisdom postcard, and it's signed "Best wishes to Brenda, Sir Norman Wisdom, OBE." So this is kind of towards the latter part of his life, I believe. I'm not sure when he got his OBE, but you know, it was later in his later years. But a really nice signature. I like the fact he's put Sir on it as well, which is pretty cool. I nearly had the opportunity to work with Norman Wisdom many years ago, but sadly it never came to pass, which was a shame. I'd love to have met up with him, but yeah, Norman Wisdom in the collection. Next up, again, an absolute comedy legend, somebody who, you know, I don't see many autographs around, so I really had to jump on this one and make sure I got this one. Again, none of these were more than a couple of pounds. I think they were just trying to sell as much from this collection as was possible. And I got some great deals on them. And again, it really helped strike up this friendship that's formed from it, which is great. And this is John Inman, probably best known for the TV series Are You Being Served? A really nice big John Inman signature there at the bottom. Again, dedicated, don't care, not interested. Very unlikely you're going to get many of these people's autographs these days that aren't on dedicated stuff anyway. John passed away a good few years ago now. So again, really cool to add that to the British comedy kind of legends collection, I guess. Next up, somebody I already have in the collection. This is Eric Sykes, my namesake. My name's also Sykes as well. Another British comedy legend. I purchased this one. They did then send me another one free, signed by Eric. So I've got 2 new ones. You'll see that one coming up at some point. Sorry, the picture's not great. This is quite glossy, and the flash, the camera angles and whatnot, I just couldn't get myself out of the picture, so sorry about seeing my reflection of my hand and the phone in the background. But Eric Sykes, obviously best known for the TV series Sykes, with Hattie Jakes, however you pronounce it. He also did the opening voiceover on Teletubbies, but he was of course in Harry Potter and loads of other stuff, so really cool to add Eric to the collection again. Next up, talking about British comedy legends, Dame Thora Hird, been in loads of stuff. Again, very rarely see stuff from Dame Thora Hird come up for sale. Had to grab this one. It says "Happy Days and God Bless You, Thora Hird" on some sort of, you know, these are the kind of typical promotional shots that agents, I think, tended to send out if you requested autographs. You can see they're all dedicated, predominantly all dedicated to Jerry. Again, this is Jerry, the person who donated this collection to the Music Hall Guild. All money raised from these goes to the Music Hall Guild, which is great. Another one, this is a brand new one for the Carry On collection. This is Windsor Davis, again sadly passed away, been in lots of Carry On films. I believe he was in Carry On Girls and Up the Khyber, I think, possibly in some others, and It Ain't Half Hot Mum, loads of stuff. And a fellow Welshman as well, which is cool. And you can see here, signed very large, Windsor Davis, over to the right-hand side of the image. But yeah, really cool. Another nice like promotional picture, probably come from an agent, I would have thought. And lastly, for this video, again, a new one for the Carry On collection. He known for Carry On films, for the Confessions of, you know, Taxi Driver, etc. He was also in Heartbeat. I can't remember the name of his character. Claude Greengrass, I think it was, something like that. I can't remember. But this is Bill Maynard. Really nice big signature again from Bill. Again, all of these actors deceased, so really pleased to be able to add these to the collection. As I update over the next couple of videos, you'll see lots more of these purchases. Just because I'm trying to get as many in my collection as possible that I don't already have, and these new items to the collection. I will be starting to filter all of these free autographs that I got given, which was incredible. I also have loads and loads they've given me which don't really sit comfortably in my collection for one reason or another, lots of soap stuff. So, you know, who knows, you might see those offered somewhere at some point. I'd like to give them away for free if I can, rather than sell them necessarily, as I didn't pay for them myself. So, you know, if I do happen to kind of flag up any freebies, I'll pop them on the video and let people know. If it's something of interest, you can drop me a line. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you very much, hope you enjoyed it, and please leave any comments, likes, subscribes, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, take care, bye bye.